want to get down to open business model examples. There's lots of them. I gave you a couple already. I really thought it was fun discovering the Uber Spotify partnership that they have as you go through. They both benefit from it and nobody loses anything. There's multiple winners in the process. That is like the ultimate open business model as you go through. Here's a couple more as you go through. We mentioned Procter & Gamble already as you go through, but let's look and see what they are. Everybody has an open business model in which the idea traveled from invention to commercialization through at least two different companies as you go through. That's the ultimate process. I don't know what the end value was having an Uber drive with your Spotify music, but I do know that at the end, as a passenger, when I did that, I played my Spotify playlist, and actually, in my case, it was a Lyft as you go through. I came out and I was a little bit more refreshed as you go through because I could hear things that I wanted to hear as you go through without having to make the conversation, although I talk a lot. You can probably figure that out, okay? But the idea is the process, ideas, and technologies are bought, sold, and licensed or transferred between they go through at least once during the journey to market. That is a lot of it. Here's Qualcomm. They used to make their own cell phones and base stations, but they stopped doing it as you go through. You wouldn't know it because their name's on the outside of some different phones out there as you go through. They make chips now and they sell the licenses, the technologies, period. So they're a chip maker, except they really have their name spread all over the place as you go through. Genzyme, it's got technology from the outside and it develops it in-house as you go through. It really turns the ideas as you go through into different types of novel therapies for different cures of rare diseases. So they actually take other things inside and they start tweaking them and making them better and more applicable as you go through. Really, Procter & Gamble, they really have a lot of different good things happening out there when it comes to open business models. They have a thing called Connect and Development. And you'll see some of the things over here, the Crest spin brush as you go through. If you want to sit down and keep your teeth clean, go for a spin. Have a Crest spin brush as you go through. Olay Regenerist, Swifter dusters. Boy, they really sweep you off your feet, don't they? So they actively seek external ideas. They buy them out sometimes, or they partner with them, and they make that brand spectacular and sell through their own channels as they go through. There's a lot of good things Procter & Gamble is doing about this. Even this whole thing of Chicago by Tempo was all done. It came out in 2002. A lot of value. It received multiple times different aspects of a prize-winning show, and each time it's been revised, it's been done by a different owner. So a lot of it really is, by the time they're all done, a perfect example of it. Abril is actually using an open business model. It was a group of 29 small textile companies in Costa Rica. They got together and said, yo, let's sit down and let's have a fashion brand. What do you want to call it? Oh, let's see. And they had a vote as they go through. By the time it was all done, they call it Abril. If you go into the store, it has some very flashy, some really cool clothes as you go through, and you see the label Abril on it, you know that it's not one company, but 29 of them really that formed a consortium to create one fashion brand as they go through. Pretty effective. If you play video games at all, you have heard of Rust as you go through. By the way, you may need some oil to take care of that eventually. But that being said, on Rust, it really is the game engine Steam, and it's a premier platform. A lot of people play it as you go through. That was done through a collaboration of multiple people getting together, multiple companies, putting stuff out there, and then all sharing in the end value as you go through. Pretty common in the software industry, but especially in the video gaming industry as you go through. A lot of the information here came from MIT Sloan Management Review, the winter 2007. You'll see that, plus they also supplement a lot of current stuff as you go through. But that being said, open business models proliferate if you keep your eyes open. Pay attention to partnerships out there. If you see them, you'll all of a sudden say, I know what that is. By the way, this might be a business model for you. If you're a startup, as you go through, think of the opportunities you can have if you had somebody bigger than you working it. Now be careful, because that bigger person may gobble you up in the process, but you may be a millionaire by the time you're all done. So think about that aspect. At the core, open business models about sharing concepts, ideas, and opportunity for more business for both parties as you go through. Take care.